Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chris Gagno, along with Calvin Castine, Hometown Cable, and we're in beautiful downtown Shazy. George Brendler Field. Field looking beautiful tonight. And we have the visiting Northeastern Clinton Cougars versus the Plattsburgh High Hornets. Hornets a home team tonight. This is New York State Public High School Athletic Association Section VII Class B Championship. Plattsburgh taking possession here to start off the game. Short passing. McDonough will pick up this mistake. Cross it to center. Marley Sample right in the middle, and the goalkeeper, Delaney McCormick, out to pick that ball out. So the Cougars with an early scoring opportunity. Short kick by McCormick that rolls almost out to midfield, and that's sent back into the offensive zone by Natalie Rowell. So as we can see, a lot of rain yesterday, and that was Megan Sullivan going down as she stopped. So no water on the field, but I'm sure it's going to be a little bit slippery with all the rain we had yesterday. That's Dumas taking that kick. Tenzin Pema looking to clear that out for the Hornets, and so we can see Royer went down as well. So footing could be a factor in this game as we see two players going down early, and the Cougars on the far side call for a push, and we'll have a free kick for the Hornets. This will be Mika Beetham taking this free kick. So our lineup for the Hornets for tonight, we have number 2, Hannah Glicksman, 3, Micah Beetham, 4, Hannah Duquette, 5, Paige Murray, 6, Nell Porter, 7, Sophia Gottschall, 8, Pema Dolker, 9, Eliza Rodriguez, 10, Brianna Michaels, 11, Aubrey Gerard, 12, Juliette Given, 13, Callie Johnson, 14, Tenzin Pema, 15, Charlotte Parker, 16, Sophie Bertle, 17, Megan Sullivan. The starting goalkeeper, Delaney McCormick. That's Southwick punching over to the right side, and McDonough takes a nice hard shot, and that'll be off the side of the net. So good effort there, good look by Southwick, and we'll have a goal kick for the Hornets. 19, Madeline Woodward, 20, Catherine Cavanaugh, 21, Abby Crahan, 22, Abby LeBrun, 24, Kathleen Sullivan, and 25, Michaela Samard. Head coach, Mr. Tim Mulligan. Assistant coach, Mr. Brian Michaels. JV coach, Kate Flynn, assisted by Molly Flynn. So a ball back into Sample, and just a little too much on that one as Hannah Duquette clears that one out.
Strike the ball, Hannah, right? Strike it. Shift at it.
Rowell stepping up from the defensive position to take that throw in, and Royer trying to break around the corner, and that's over the sideline by the Hornets defense. That's Hannah Duquette stepping outside to clear that one, and ball goes back to Rowell. So the Hornets looking to break into the offensive end for the first time, and that ball to McComb, who sends it out to her left side. Peter Roberts coming over to our side of the field. She's waiting up for McDonough to make her run, and McDonough and Glicksman will be battling for this ball, and McDonough sends that over the end line. So the Hornets get to this championship game by way of a bye in the quarterfinals. They're the number 3 seed, and last Friday, right here in this field, they defeated the number 2 seed Saranac Chiefs 2-0. Sample just side the 18, rips a shot, and that's broken up by Duquette. So Sample with a good chance there, and I think she held the trigger just a little too long on that one. Liz Roberts in the middle of the field, stepping over that ball, looking up for McDonough once again, and cleared out by the Hornets defense. Referees for tonight's game: head referee Mr. Jim Caron, and on the sidelines we have Mr. Jim Schutz and we have Mr. Dennis Labarge. This will be Michaels inside the 18 with some good footwork, turning it back outside to the end line. 3 Cougars on her, sent across and right at the hands of Katarina Emmerich. So good opportunity there for the Hornets, and Michaels, a dangerous weapon for the Hornets out on this field. She was the second leading scorer in Division I play this year behind. There's Sample on the end line. She's looking across. A nice cross, right across, and Royer unable to get a body on that one as it skips by her. So Royer could have collected that. It was just her and the goalie. So Hornets catching a good break there. Royer back into Houghton. Houghton looking across it right at Sample. Sample turns to take a shot, and that's deflected out of bounds. And the Cougars will have their first corner kick of the game with 6.5 minutes gone here in the first half. As I said, Michaels is the second leading scorer in the league this year behind Villamere from Beatmantown, and very dangerous player, has a good shot and can score from anywhere out there in the field, so Cougars will have to be on their toes. Nice corner kick right into the box, and nobody able to get a foot on that, and the Hornets goalkeeper picking that one up. Actually, referee says it was over the end line, so we'll have another corner kick. Good effort there by McDonough on the first one. Cougars unable to pop that one in the back of the net.
Come on, White!
All the Hornets inside the box except for one, and this will be a high ball to the corner of the 6-yard box. Roberts looking to volley that one out of the air and goes off the side of her foot. So the Cougar roster for tonight's game, we have the starting goalkeeper and senior Katarina Emmerich, number 1 Kaya McComb, 2 Caitlin Southwick, 3 Maggie LaFountain, 4 Gabby Dumas, 5 Natalie Rao, 6 Addison Sample, 7 Lizzie Roberts, 8 Hannah Gordon, 9 Allison Gregoire, 10 Arlie LaFountain, 11 Adriana Hollister, 12 Brindley LaFountain, 13 Marley Sample, 14 Bryn Sample, 15 Brianna Guerin, 16 Riley Passano, 17 Aisla McDonough, 18 Emily Royer, 19 Paige Letourneau, 20 Carissa Gay, 21 Caitlin Houghton, 22 Olivia Gagno, 23 Leah McComb, 24 Emily Boyer, 25 Haley Letourneau, and the backup goalkeeper, Abrielle Racine. Head coach for the Cougars, Mr. Tim Supernaw, assisted by Mr. Tim McDonough, and the JV coach, Mr. Tim Matat, and the JV coach, Mr. McKenna Hunter. So the Hornets work in the far corner, looking across that ball, and it's deflected off the Cougars, and the Hornets will push into the offensive zone here and take their first corner kick. I have to watch my names, Calvin. I think the last game I was getting Brindley, Sample, and LaFountain mixed up too. So
who hasn't done that?
The good part is I've got you here to correct me. I know you're always listening.
Sometimes.
So along the end line, the Hornets, unfortunate touch there for Michaels, and that rolls over the end line. And Cougars probably glad she got an unfortunate touch there because there was nobody between her and the goal down that sideline. So Beetham and Roy battling here on the near sideline. The Cougars taking the long road to get here in sectionals. They had a quarterfinal match, being the number 4 seed. They had to play the Peru Indians up in Northeastern, and they won 2-0 there. This will be Duquette looking to clear it. Misplay by her, and she sticks with it and prevents the Cougars from any offensive attack. So the Cougars went into the quarters. They went on to the semis here last Friday, and they played the 3-time defending sectional champion Beatontown Eagles, and what a thriller that game was. Went into double overtime, 2 10-minute overtimes, played 2 5-minute sudden victory overtimes, and went to a shootout where the Cougars prevailed. So Cougars with a great effort. And here's Sample looking up at the 18, and that's Duquette once again clearing that one out. McDonough out to the top. That's Houghton. Royer looking to come away with that one. Turns, takes a shot, and that is going to go over the end line.
Come on, boys, you gotta work harder. Gotta work harder. Let's go. Got 2.
So Roberts stepping over, looking for the short corner, and that's played to her.
Watch 16, Addie, stay with her.
And ball taken away from her, and Michaels will look to send this one up the field.
Go turn, go turn. No end line, no end line.
So Roberts at the 18 taking a nice hard shot, and that'll be wide to the left of McCormick. So the Cougars changing things up here at the end of the season.
Just sit back.
Typically playing 4-4-2, and against the Eagles, Coach Supernaw going with 5 on defense. Only 1 up on offense, and obviously that change worked as they were able to hold the potent Beatmantown offense to no goals during regular play last Friday. This is Woodward on the outside. Southwick slipping on the grass. Michaels at the top of the 18, and Roberts sending that one out. This will be Pemidolker taking that throw in. And 2 of the starters for the Hornets, the sisters Pemidolker and Tinson Pema, former students at Northeastern, former athletes there, and friends with all the girls on the Northeastern team. So I'm sure it's interesting going from teammates to, I guess, foes on the field. So the Hornets substitute will have Nell Porter, Abby Crahan into the game, and Hollister coming in. Hollister playing an excellent game the other night against Beatmantown. She was moved up from the JV team at the end of her regular season for sectionals, and her talent's already paying off for the Cougars as Micah Beetham takes a ball off the face. Cougars with a quick throw in, Sample cutting that ball back, and that was taken away by Paige Murray.
Go turn.
Oh, Megan Sullivan up to Michaels. Michaels sending a long ball down this near sideline, and a little too much speed on that one, and Passing will throw this in.
I need Pemo doing the work here too. Okay, we can't always cover for her.
So Hornets transition into the far side of the field, and that's once again taken away and set up by Sample, and she's taken down, and we'll have a foul called on the Hornets.
To the wall, two.
If you have serious issues, I said if you have serious issues,
Two, Megan. One of you here. Sophie, Paige, get that middle.
Roberts taking a long shot, and that's going to be wide to the right of McCormick. So the Cougars will substitute. We'll have Olivia Gagne coming in for Aisla McDonough. So in the first meeting between these two teams this year down at Plattsburgh High School, game went into overtime and ended up in a tie. And the second game, an important one at Northeastern, the Hornets coming away with a 2-1 victory, securing their seat in sectionals and pushing the Cougars back to the 4th position. And although many of us thought that was a tough loss, I guess it wasn't so bad going through sectionals via the 4 seed, because we ended up beating Beatmantown, and worked out so far. Gagne working the end line, and that's sent out by the Hornets defense, Micah Beetham.
Seven, top of the box.
Dumas on the end line, that's deflected out, and ball was off of her, and we'll have goal kick.
I need you to start playing. Get out of your head, start playing. Come on, 3.
So Cougars going back to 4 on defense, and they'll have Gagne and Sample playing up front. This is Duquette heading the ball out of the 18. So the Hornets with 3 players closing in on McComb, and McComb able to get that up to Dumas. And Michaels turning that ball up the field. Sending the ball up into the 18 and broken up by McComb. Michaels, the nice cross just side the box, deflected and over the end line. We'll have a referee calls a goal kick.
Shot came out of nowhere, Chris.
That's what I said. She's dangerous from anywhere on the field. So a long ball sent out by Houghton. We'll have Marley Sample in a foot chase. McCormick coming out, and McCormick just about 2 steps ahead of Sample to collect that one about 17 yards out from the net.
Balls, no 17. I need you winning balls. Let's go.
Hollister, correction, Passanel stepping up. She's looking to send that up the field as Dolker breaks that one up. Good effort there by Dolker to keep that one in bounds.
Wide, Abby.
Cougars giving her plenty of time to play that one. Southwick looking over to Hollister, and Roberts will come away with it. She's held up. And a nice long shot there, and that'll be wide of the net.
Gotta figure it out, White. Gotta
part of being a ref is deciding which holds you're going to call and which ones you're not. Huh?
By the shirt is okay, I guess.
Apparently.
As long as you don't pull the ponytail. But in the ref's defense, he was on the backside of it and possibly shielded from the play. So foul called here in the Hornets, and we'll have Gagno coming back to take this one. The Hornets defense holding at the 18.
Coming, Delaney.
Gagno with a high ball, and it's going to be wide of the net as McCormick just lets that one go. Yes, it would. She's had two goals like that, just over the hands of the keeper, and if they can get that ball on net, at least they'll have a chance at scoring a goal. Hollister going to be called for a foul here. Duquette set to take this free kick.
Make a run now. Make a run.
Woodward looking to turn out the outside. Hollister going down as she actually thought she stepped on the ball, but they're going to call a foul, and Gagno will go back to take this free kick.
Get inside of her, Abby. Inside.
That ball sent backwards by the Hornets, and Dolker making up for that misplay as she plays it to the outside. That ball never came in, and the Cougars will have a throw here as the Cougars substitute. We'll have Dumas and Royer back into the game. Roberts and Hollister going to catch a quick break here. Sullivan looking to switch fields. Woodward at the top of the 18, looking to cut that back as she gets her arms wrapped around McComb, and we will have a foul called. So we'll have to see if that's the way it's going to go tonight, Calvin. If they beat you, you just haul them down, or we got McDonough working this corner as Dolker sends it out. Gagno with a high ball in on net, and it's going to be just over the top of the crossbar, far wide. Woodward cutting that ball back, sends it into the 18, and Southwick will clear that one out as the Hornets looking to put some pressure on here. That's a high ball lofted in, and Emmerich coming out to make an easy save on that one. So both teams with subs here on the sideline waiting to go in as we are down to 15.5 minutes left here in the first half. There's no score up to this point. And coming into the game is Arlie LaFountain for the Cougars and Callie Johnson for the Hornets.
This one I'm talking about. Look at how many people got. And you got 5 people back to NCCS.
Oh, absolutely.
So Michael's getting a run here, sends a nice ball down the sideline to Crahan. Crahan beating the Cougar defender. And that's taken back by Passano and cleared out.
It's got backspin.
Cougars will send back in Lizzie Roberts, giving Marley Sample a rest here with just over 14 left here in the first half. Fountain blocking that clear, and we will have a corner kick for the Cougars. McDonough once again stepping over to take this one. The Cougar defense pushing up for this one. We have Arla the Fountain right in front of the goalkeeper. As the Hornets bring everybody back on defense. That ball skips across the top of the 6-yard box. Nori there, a big shot taken by Royer, and that's deflected. So Southwick with time to settle here. Gets away from her, and the Hornets, Woodward on the left side looking to make a run. That gets a little ahead of her. And Southwick going down with a push from behind, and Cougars will have a direct kick.
Drop goal side attempt.
This side, Arlie, this side. Arlie, this side. That's got to be harder. Too close, Ethan.
So Michael's two Cougars sows a nice ball through the defense on the left side, and McComb gets there just in time as Woodward once again looking for that nice pass from Michaels.
Yeah.
Big cross inside the 18. Sent to the far side by the Cougars. A long shot by Gottschall, and that is over the end line. So we'll have Tenzin Pema coming back into the game for the Hornets. And Glicksman here in front of us. She'll have to wait for the next opportunity to come into the game. Dumas turning this ball back inside, and Southwick looking to clear it out as Callie Johnson steps up and sends it back to the top of the 18. Michael's turning it back to our side of the field. All the Cougars lined up at the 18. A nice hard shot, and that's just over the top of the crossbar.
Eddie and Brennan try to confine each other. Work with each other, okay? 19 and 10. Come on.
So Glicksman back into the game for the Hornets as the Cougars are set here. McComb taking this goal kick.
No, I'm here for the duration. Hopefully it's not too long a duration.
I hope it's not like what he said.
Yeah, me too.
I literally got back. This is how my was in. I got back. So I got back to the division at like 10:35. I had the goal stage. I had like 3.
Right.
So I had 3 shots. Got back done at 10:45. I didn't even start describing the boys.
So Michael's carrying this back into the 18, and the Cougars able to break that one up. Houghton is sending it up the field, and no one there for the Cougars.
So I basically I wrote that story in 34 minutes.
And Royer
That's my fastest.
looking for the ball on the far side. That was LaFountain with it.
I'm basically like, okay, what am I putting in the shot?
Same thing.
Almost writing in my head.
Exactly same thing that I did.
Tenzin Pema
I got stuck behind somebody.
looking to send a through ball to our offense and taken back by the Cougars.
And
So the winner of this game will be moving on in the state playoffs. They will move on to regionals. Winner of this will travel to Potsdam on Wednesday, I believe, to face the Section 10 Class B champion.
I like having an unmarked car.
So Sample and Hollister back into the game for the Cougars. We'll have Houghton and Harley LaFountain coming off the field for the Cougars.
so that's always a little bit sneaky. When you're in unmarked these days. I had people literally on the interstate, especially like.
Sample sending that ball up, broken up by Callie Johnson, and Cougars sending a long ball in. There's Marley Sample to 18, gets ahead on it. Her and Duquette battling on the far side, and Duquette coming away with the ball, sending that to the far sideline. So the Cougars playing with only one person up on offense tonight. That's Marley Sample right now, and just looking for that one golden opportunity to get a good run at the net and pick up a goal here in the first half. Good effort there to try to save that corner kick. That was Tenzin Pema, and the Cougars will set up on the far side for this corner kick. So all but one player for the Hornets back inside the 18 playing defense here. McDonough set to take it, and he'll be out to Dumas, unable to volley that one, and come out to Rao. We'll have a foul called there on the Hornets, I believe. And the Cougars with a good opportunity right here.
What's the call, Jim?
About, say, 21 yards out.
Three!
Come on, it's indirect. There's got to be a touch. Who's chasing?
On the move!
So we got the Cougars having a meeting here at the ball. We're down to 7 minutes.
Chase it. You can get closer.
On the touch!
And the ball's touched, and a long shot taken by Roberts, and in the back of the net. Beautiful set play there by the Cougars. One Cougar running over it, the second one getting a touch on it, rolling, and the Hornets just a little slow out to defend that one as Lizzie Roberts buries that one in the back of the net. We're down to 6:49 left here in the first half, and the Cougars going up 1-0.
And then 7 figures.
So we're back in action here in the first half. Cougars just getting a goal off an indirect kick. Lizzie Roberts with a beautiful shot. Gabby Dumas getting the assist as she rolled it forward and let Roberts take the shot. It's the first time this year I've seen the Cougars with a set play where they set something up like that. I thought they were making dinner plans out there, Calvin, as they're having a meeting before it, but I guess it worked out, so hopefully they do it the next time. Here's a corner by the Hornets and cleared out by Dumas. Michaels on the far side will pull that back to the 18, chips it in, and that'll be wide past everyone as Passano looks to send this one up the field. Dolkler able to get this one up the sideline. Glicksman and Passano is, the ball is deflected off of Glicksman. Roberts looking up for Sample. Sample and Dolker battling here right in front of us. And good talk there by Dolker as she tells her teammate to let the ball go. She knew that was going to be a throw-in for them, so good talk there. Callie Johnson will make a second attempt at this throw as the Cougars send it out of bounds. Misplay there by the Hornets, and Marley Sample will move it up the sideline as she's got Hollister in the middle of the field. Sample turning it back to the corner of the 18. Pulls it back, takes a nice hard shot, and a nice dive and save there by McCormick. So a short kick there by McCormick, and the Cougars unable to pick it up. And two players getting tied up on the far side, and that looks like Dumas getting called for the foul as the Hornet player went down. Duquette will stand up or step up from the sweeper position, take this free kick. Cougars holding at the 18, and that ball will be sent up to the 18, and we're going to have a foul called, I believe a handball on the Cougars. It appeared as Dumas got her hands up in front of her as she sent that ball back out. So Emmerich calling for a wall. I think she wanted 3 in the wall, and Cougars will hold at the penalty line.
This looks like the play the Cougars scored on.
Except this is going to be direct, Calvin, and Michael's very capable of scoring from here. So Emmerich's set to go, just waiting for the whistle from the referee. And Michael's with a shot that's blocked by the Cougar wall and sent back out. Gottschall sending that back in, and the Cougars will let that one ride over the end line. We'll have Kate Houghton coming in for the Cougars, and Micah Beetham also coming in for the Hornets.
About 2 minutes.
We are down to 2 minutes, Calvin. A long ball by Dumas played up to Duquette. Duquette all alone. She's got actually McDonough closing in, and that ball's sent out off of McDonough. So referee switching that call there, giving it to the Cougars, much to the dismay of the Hornets coach, and McDonough will throw this in. Sample flipping that one over. That's into Houghton and cleared out by the Hornets. So we're down to 1 minute here in the first half. Cougars holding a 1-0 lead over the Hornets. Roberts with a long throw, skips across the box out to Hollister at top of the 18. Hollister looking to get in inside the 18 with that ball, and that's Duquette once again clearing that. Duquette having a strong game back there for the Hornets. And we'll have a foul called on the far side as Rao is taken down after the whistle, and we'll have to see if the card comes out here. And it will. So foul initially called on Madeline Woodward, and after the whistle she takes down Rao. So she'll be served with a yellow card as Sophie Berto will come on to the field for her. So on the yellow card, we'll have Gagno coming into the game, take this free kick for the Cougars. Long ball played up, and the Cougars with 30 seconds left here looking to get one more opportunity to score. And McComb chipping this one back over midfield as it goes out of bounds. So as we come to the end of the first half, the intensity picking up here a little bit between these two teams, and the Cougars will go into halftime with a 1-0 lead over the Hornets on a goal scored by Lizzie Roberts, and we'll see you back for the second half. Welcome back, fans. This is the start of the second half of the Class B sectional championship between the Hornets and the Cougars. Cougars holding a 1-0 lead off a first half goal by Lizzie Roberts. That was assisted by Gabby Dumas on an indirect kick just outside the 18. So the Hornets looking to make adjustments here to even this game up.
You know, as assists goes, those are pretty easy assists. All she had to do was touch the ball because it was an indirect kick.
Not much work there for that one, Kelvin, but when it's in the paper, it's still an assist, right?
That's right.
So the Cougars with some nice passing, looking to switch fields as this is played to midfield to the Hornets.
Make that run, Tenzin.
So Hornet player going down, no foul called there. That was Woodward looking to position herself for a shot inside the 18, and that's a knee up in the air by Michaels, and I believe that's a dangerous play we have called. So Roberts able to turn that ball past Tenzin Pama, and McDonough on the far side will be a little short getting to that one as the ball's played off of Roberts' foot and out of bounds.
No, I'm gonna like cover those two Class B finals and take photos of both.
Oh.
So that should be fun. The
So both teams in the first half with some good scoring opportunities. And as we're speaking at halftime, Cougars seemed to control play more in the first half, but as always, Brenna Michaels for the Hornets, a dangerous scorer and able to find her teammates on the offensive end. So the Cougars are going to have to keep an eye on her and watch out for that long, hard shot that she has. Passano stepping up, looking up for Royer, about 20 yards out. Royer with two Hornets on her. Looking for some help, nobody there for her, and she missed kicks on that one. As Michaels looks to turn that up the field. And that ball sent out between the Hornets defense and no Cougar there to collect that ball. Roberts has that one broken up as Sullivan turns that one up the field. Houghton looking up for Marley Sample. Sample with two hands on her back, and she's being pushed down the field, and she'll get the call as the Cougars set up for a free kick here. Hornets holding the 18. Roberts sending a long ball into the 18. Looking for Houghton. Houghton unable to get a good foot on that one as Royer picks it up, and she'll be called for offsides, I believe.
Hey!
So that ball played off the side of the Hornets' foot out of bounds, and the Cougars will throw this one in. Ball thrown right into the Hornets. McComb with time here to chip this one back in.
Pull up, pull up. Good shot, good shot.
Hornets looking to break into the offensive end, and McComb's sending that one up to midfield. Dolker doing a good job to break that one up. She gets it up to Glicksman.
Marley, gotta go to it, Marley.
A long ball played by Michaels up in the 18, and Katarina Emmerich calling off her defense as she comes off of her line and gathers that ball.
Come to the middle.
Well, McDonough getting her run on the far side. Two Hornets catching up to her, and had a nice punt there previously by Emmerich, and Emmerich coming on strong here at the end of the season. I would have to say the Peru game and the Beatmantown game, she came up with, I would say, some of the best saves of her senior year, and several times keeping the Cougars in the game. So good effort by Emmerich here in the second half of the season. Roberts looking to switch fields over to Royer. Royer and Murray battling here, and we'll have a foul called.
Lizzie, hey, far post, put it in, right? Far post, just put it in. This is your distance right here.
So Lizzie Roberts will take this free kick. Long shot taken right on goal. A little bit of a knuckleball, and there's an easy save there by McCormick.
Arms in the air.
Higher! Higher, White! Higher! Higher! Mika, needs to win his ball!
A quick shot taken by Roberts. Goalkeeper was out to the penalty line, and she was, I believe, looking to catch her off guard there, but just a little too low on that shot.
Out of the way, Gabby.
So Hornets playing the ball to the far side. That'll be Woodward down the sideline. She got Passano chasing her down. Woodward pulling it back, and she'll break into the top of the 18 looking for a shot, and that's broken up by Dumas. So that's out just outside the top of the 18. And the PHS defense looks to be pinching a little bit. Nice long shot taken there, and that'll be off to the left of Emmerich. And coming into the game for the Cougars is Brinley LaFountain.
Win it forward!
We'll have McComb taking this goal kick. Michael's looking to pick this one up as it's cleared out by Southwick. Rowell will throw this ball in for the Cougars.
You've got 30 seconds, right? They're right up on their sweeper. Got it?
Move up! Move up!
Good.
Mika Beetham popping that into the 18, and Emmerich will be out to grab that one, and she goes down and makes that save. So the Hornets defense pinching up, looking to put some pressure on the Cougars defense as they look to tie this game up here in the second half. Hornets will be substituting here. We got Sophie Burdo coming into the game, number 16. And we'll have Michaels coming off the field for the Hornets. Long ball played by the Hornets back to McComb, and no Hornet there to make an attempt on that one as she clears it out of bounds. Roberts battling with Tenzin Pem on the far side. Roberts looking to send that one up the field and broken up by defense. So long ball played to Glicksman on the far side. Glicksman and Rao going at it, and Dumas stepping over to help out as she turns it back inside, back outside, and over to Rao. A nice turn there by Paige Murray as she's into the 18, and that's deflected out of bounds, and we'll have a Hornets corner kick. We'll have Gagno coming into the game for the Cougars. Michaels back in.
It's right in front of him! It's right in front of the linesman! It clearly went off red! I saw it from here!
So the Hornets coach and the referee going at it, and play continues here as the call was made. Michaels taking a long shot right at Emmerich, and Emmerich down to her knees making that save. So nice shot by Michaels. Had a little spin and curve on that one, but Emmerich not giving the Hornets any second chance with a rebound. So a fountain over to Houghton. Houghton looking up to Gagno. Gagno down the left sideline, crosses it back to the 18, looking for Marley Sample. Sample taking a nice hard shot and right on the net, and the goalkeeper making a easy save there. Well, McCormick set to punt this ball. And on the far side, Tenzin Pema looking to make a run as Marley Sample comes back to help out her defense. A long shot taken by the Hornets, and it'll be over the end line. And despite having a 1-0 lead here and having the momentum in the first half, the Cougars are doing a little bit of standing here, a little slow to the ball, and they're going to have to pick it up here, or the Hornets are going to be tying this game up here shortly.
And you can't blame it on the wind. There's no wind out there.
No wind, no sun, Calvin. So on the far side, just along the 18, back to the point, and a nice hard shot taken there by Megan Sullivan, and that's going to be wide.
Good job, Megan. Hit that on target, Bell. Hit that on target.
Cougar coaching staff trying to motivate their team here, recognizing that lacking a little enthusiasm right now, not going to the ball, so they're trying to get their team going. This ball going past two Cougars down to the corner, and the ball goes out of bounds. We'll have a Cougar throw, and we'll have Emily Royer coming back in the game for Northeastern. Sophie Berto coming in for the Hornets.
Hey, Paige, just go up.
So Royer taken down. We'll have a foul called on Paige Murray, and Gagne will step back to take this free kick.
You're right forward. Be 10 yards, but you're right forward.
Come on, drop a little bit.
So a long ball played by Gagne, and Beetham breaking that one up. Dumas looking up for Royer. Royer getting past the defense. She's at the 18 looking across it, and it'll be right to the Hornets defense. That's Duquette breaking that one up. Rowell doing a fine job stepping up. Turns to the middle looking for Liz Roberts. Roberts, a 2-on-her, sends it out to Royer. We'll have a quick stoppage as Arlie LaFountain comes in for Olivia Gagne. And Roy will be called for a foul here. And we're down to 24 minutes left here in the second half. Cougars still holding a 1-0 lead. They're out shooting the Hornets 8-4. 5 corner kicks to the Hornets 2. Duquette with that free kick sends it up to midfield, and Dumas will pop that one right back to her. LaFountain looking to put pressure on as Duquette clears that one. So in our second game tonight, the 7 p.m. game, we'll have the Northeastern Cougars facing off against the Saranac Chiefs in the Class B Boys Championship. Hornets also coming in, just like the girls, as the number 4 seed. Saranac is the number 3 seed. And I'd be curious, Calvin, not trying to make predictions, but if the Northeastern boys and girls were to win both tonight, when's the last time 2 number 4s won the boys and girls? And that ball played in. Emmerich coming out and makes a save as Madeline Woodward was closing in fast on that one. So Cougars catching a good break, good opportunity there for the Hornets. So I'd be curious, I don't have any record books or anything, but the last time that 2 number 4s won.
Well, the only number 1 that's left is the Shazy boys. All the other number 1s were eliminated in the semis. All the other 5. Both C's and one of the D's and both B's. Boys and girls.
I don't know the explanation for it other than maybe a lot of parity in the league this year. As we've seen even with the girls in Class B, any team is capable of winning. The last place team in Division 1 was Saranac Lake. I know they're playing Class C this year, but from the start of the season to the end, the Cougars only beat them 2-1 up in Saranac Lake on a goal by Marley Sample with a minute left. So, Cougars easily could have lost that game. And whoever would have thought Beatmantown wouldn't be here tonight for this game.
Certainly nobody in Beatmantown.
Nope. And honestly, I from the start of the season, I said it was a guarantee that they'd be here, but guess I was wrong.
That's why we play them. So we'll have McDonough back into the game for the Cougars, and
Nell Porter for the Hornets. That's LaFountain looking to the middle for Marley Sample. A little too much on that one. And the Hornets sending it up to Cougars defensive end as McComb steps up from the sweeper position, looking up for Marley Sample. Sample sending a nice ball up to the corner as Royer closes in on it, and once again cleared out by Duquette. So Duquette having a fine night on the defensive end. Seems like every time the Cougars push up into their offensive end, Duquette has a foot in some part of the play on defense for the Hornets. Good collision there, no foul, and Cougars just clearing it up into their offensive end. That ball's chipped in, and McComb sending it over to Rowell. Rowell has Berto closing in on her as Royer looks to turn that up the field, and he'll be out of bounds at midfield. So Callie Johnson throwing this in for the Hornets. Ball sent back to the middle of the field. Michaels looking to gather this one. She's got Southwick on her. Michaels, some good footwork moving it across into the 18, and she's taken down just outside the 18. So this is going to be a good opportunity here for the Cougars. Very dangerous spot here. Michaels appears as though she'll take this direct kick as the 10 yards is paced off by the referee. So Emmerich at the far corner of her net. Appears as though the Cougars have 3 in their wall. Cougars defense pulling up.
Move on the kick! Make sure you're moving!
Michaels set to take this kick, and a hard shot right at Emmerich. Emmerich bobbles it down and picks that up. So nice hard shot by Michaels. Some movement on that ball. Emmerich going down. She's slow to get up. Don't know if she's hurt or what's going on. Emmerich had several Hornets players surrounding her as she went down, and appears that she's up and moving.
Plattsburgh did what you like to see. They followed that shot. They were right there, Chris.
And Emmerich got lucky that bobble by her landed right under her, because if that would have been out in front of her, that was going in the back of the net as a Cougar goes down on the far side. And Cougar fans a little upset there was no call on that one, but
Passano again.
I'm not sure who the player was that went down.
Looks like Passano.
No, I did the same thing. I tried to get
She was out in the last game.
Yeah, she took a pretty hard hit last game, and I think she had a neck or shoulder injury, came off for the remainder of the game, and it appears as she's back down again.
And holding her neck and shoulder area again.
Yeah, must be. All right, the action start up here again after the injury to Riley Passano. Cougars with a free kick on that, and they send it out of bounds. Good hard tackle there by both teams as the Cougars send it up, and Duquette heads to the far sideline to clear that up the field. So Michaels hanging around up near the Cougars defense, and Southwick tailing her, not leaving her side, trying to prevent Michaels from
Pressure you heard, you made the mistake.
getting any opportunity to tie this game up.
Hey, we can dictate. Listen, look, Red, move up. They have to go with you or they're offside. You can still mark her. Get ahead of her.
I told you, those almost like goalie gloves.
So we got number 9, Allie Gregoire, into the game for the Cougars. This is her first action in the game, and have a good battle between Houghton and Berto as Houghton's called for a foul.
Now, nice and wide. There you go.
Michaels will take this free kick as the Cougars are holding the 18. She sends that ball right up to the 18, and Marley Sample looking to clear that one out. And that ball chipped in. We got one Hornet coming in, and that's sent over the end line, and the Hornets will get a corner kick here. It'll be their third corner kick.
Mika, go! Go! Callie, you stay!
Michaels
Go!
once again over to take this one as
Mika, in!
Southwick coming out side the box on this corner kick. Low ball played in, and that's Houghton looking to clear that. That ball out of bounds, no foul called in that play, and Michaels will throw it in. So the Cougars have to be careful here, not to be too aggressive inside that box. It'd be unfortunate for them to give up a penalty kick at this point of the game. We're down to 15 minutes remaining as they still hold a 1-0 lead. So all but 2 Hornets up inside the 18 for this corner kick. And a nice hard shot taken there, and Emmerich lets that one go as it hits the side of the net. Lizzie Roberts set to come into the game for the Cougars. She'll replace Arlie LaFountain, correction.
Stay up, stay up, high. Sophie, Berto, high.
So that one gets by all the players on the field and rolls out of bounds as Callie Johnson will throw this one into Mika Bytham.
Gotta keep it in play, guys. Come on.
So it appears as though Riley Passano is going to be done for this game. She's holding her right shoulder, and I believe that's the same one she injured in the last game that put her out for the remainder of the game. So we wish her the best and hope she can get back if there's another game for them. There's the Hornets along the end line, and McComb breaking that one up. So Cougars allowing the Hornets to penetrate deep into their defense, and Michaels will step over to take another corner kick. So the Hornets are racking up the corner kicks here in the second half. Beautiful corner kick just out to the top of the 6-yard box, and that is Gregoire sending that one out. Duquette looking to step up. That's deflected, and Sample looking for a break on that one, and spinning the ball caused it to go back over her head. So good effort there, good hustle by Sample, just wrong roll on the ball. We have 2 players going down on the far side as play continues. Michaels with 2 Cougars on her. She beats both of them, pulls the ball back, and she's running circles around the Cougars right now. And we'll have a foul called on Southwick. So Michaels with another good opportunity here with 12.5 minutes left. Cougars setting up a wall, and Mr. Karen will back them up 10 yards. So the Hornets coach yelling out instructions here as the Cougars are holding their line. And here goes the free kick. Michaels, one touch forward, sends it in, and we will have that one coming back. So apparently neither of the other two players that went over the ball touched it, as Michaels tapped it forward, setting herself up for a shot, and referee catching that one and calling the infraction. So Dumas sends this one up past midfield. Sullivan sending a long ball up, and a misplay there by McComb, and on the left side is Mackenzie Woodward looking to gather that ball.
Linesman! Linesman! Look at your linesman!
So Roy back into the game here. She'll be giving Greg Ware a break.
Use your linesman! Get the ball up the field!
The ball must be getting wet. Looks like on both throws there it slipped out of the fingers. Once in the Hornets, once in the Cougars. Temperature dropping here, and I'm sure it's going to be a chilly night for the boys game coming up. So Duquette and Sample vying for this ball as Duquette safely clears that one out into the crowd. And a big collision right there. Both players going in hard straight up, and no foul there. Just some good hard soccer by Roberts, and I didn't get the number on the Hornets player. Roberts is back up and going, and we still have a Hornet down. Roberts, with some good footwork, takes a shot, and that'll be over the end line, and I imagine we'll have a stoppage here for an injury.
Be ready to stop it.
Block! Block!
So that was Hannah Duquette going down for the Hornets. Very hard collision there, and we hate to see anybody get hurt. And Sample chipping that ball back in, and an easy save for the Hornet goalkeeper. Good contest like that, you hate to see anybody get injured and have to come out of the game, but she's tough. She's limping a little bit, but she's still going.
That's ours! Get it! Let's go, Callie! Come on! Run through it! That's our ball!
So Duquette definitely limping back there at the sweeper position. We'll have to see if the Cougars try to take advantage of that. Maybe she's not going to be as fast as normal, so if Sample can get that ball turned, she might have a good opportunity to race to the net. So McDonough coming out of the game. And Rowell will pick this one up and throw it in. That one skips past Dolker, and we'll have Sample in the corner. Two Hornets on her, and shields the ball well as it's touched out of bounds. We'll have a foul called on Houghton, and the Hornets putting it back into play quickly, and that ball sent out by Michaels, and McComb in the right place to break that one up. So Cougars a little slow to react on that. They were running with their backs to the ball, and the Hornets quickly restarting, looking to get that tying goal. So just under 8 minutes left here in the second half. Cougars still holding a 1-0 lead in this Class B Section 7 championship game. So we'll have McDonough coming back into the game, giving Roy a rest. McDonough will be on the left side of the field for the Cougars. Roberts with two defenders on her, looking somewhere to go with the ball, and she turns it back to the corner. Houghton lets that one ride as she'll pick it up and throw it in for the Cougars.
Oh, hey, how's it going?
So a long ball played up as Hornets player goes down, and we'll have a foul called on Hollister. And she did trip her, but it definitely wasn't intentional. It looked like Hollister lost her footing as she turned. Hollister definitely was beat on that play, and the Hornets will get a free kick here as that was Woodward going down. Cougars with a two-man wall, and ball sent right into Dumas as she looks to chip that out to the offensive end for the Cougars. McDonough turning down the left side. She's got one Hornet in pursuit. That's Pema Dolker. She gets by Dolker down to the 18. McDonough looking across that, deflected out of bounds by Dolker. So good hustle by Dolker, and the Cougars will have a corner kick here. First one in a long time. I'm not sure if that's the first one this half for them. We are down to 5.5 exactly, Calvin. So McDonough set to take this corner kick. Cougars with 5 players back in defense. Only a couple up on offense, and it's pretty obvious here that the Cougars holding this 1-0 lead are going to make sure their defense is steady and strong and try to hold on for a 1-0 win. So the Cougars are going to have to be careful here. They got Michaels in a bad deflection there for the Cougars, and Emmerich out to grab this one and makes a nice sliding save as Woodward goes over the top of her. So Emmerich on her toes, keeping alert and making another good save here for the Cougars, keeping them in the game. So as I was saying, the Cougars are going to have to be careful. They've got Michaels and always 1 or 2 other players just hanging out with our defense. They're looking to chip that ball over and get a quick break and score that tying goal. Down to 4 minutes and 15 seconds. Marley Sample on the far side, and that's broken up once again by Duquette.
Yeah, I would try to, if you're heading that direction, try that to go out, maybe see that, maybe see that. But I think
So we'll have Glicksman and Tenzin Pema coming into the game. We'll have McCormick taking this goal kick for the Hornets.
Hey, Owen, drop back with 10.
Yep, bye.
Go get her, both of you.
And Sample picking this up, takes a shot, and in the back of the net, as Sample scores the second goal for the Cougars, picking up that misplay by the goalkeeper on that goal kick, and great heads-up play there by Marley Sample, and Sample looking to seal the deal for the Cougars here with 3:34 left in the second half. So we're back in action here. Michaels sending that one all the way down to the end line, and the Cougars will have a goal kick, and Marley Sample picking that goal up unassisted as McCormick on the goal kick kicked it right to her, and Sample, no questions on that one, buried in the back of the net. Marley Sample, an impact player for the Cougars this season. She's only a freshman and scored several goals, and she's been non-stop all year, and a bright future for her in the coming years. So the Hornets pinching up on the offensive end. The only one staying back is Duquette. We'll have Olivia Gagnon coming into the game for the Cougars, and number 15, Charlotte Parker. Royer trots off the field here as time's winding down. We're at 2 minutes and 32 seconds in the second half. Gagnon set to throw this ball in. Long throw up to the Hornets defense as Duquette looks to clear that out. So big tackle there, and we'll have a foul called on Michaels as her and Southwick are battling, and the crowd going crazy on that call. So the Gagno asking for 10 yards here as she's playing smart and trying to kill the clock here for the Cougars, looking to retain this 2-0 lead. Gagno with a high chip towards the defense, and Duquette sending it back down.
Recover! Recover!
Lizzie Roberts, assisted by Gabby Dumas.
Go Hornets!
7. So a long ball played into Emmerich, and Emmerich safely collects that ball. She'll take her time here as she strolls out to the top of the 18. A low kick, and Dumas called for a handball. So I imagine Michaels will step over to take this one. We're just under a minute here. Cougars setting up a 3-person wall. Michaels taking a low shot. That's to the 18, and I'm sure Cougars are just looking to clear this ball out and not give any scoring opportunity to the Hornets. Roberts up to McDonough. Coach Supernaw yelling, just get it up the field, and that's exactly what McDonough does. Sends a slow roller into the box as McCormick is out to gather this one. So we're under 30 seconds here. And unless there's a miracle, it looks like it's going to stand as a 2-0 victory for the Cougars here in the Class B sectional championship. And a great job by Arau to pull that ball back and send it up the field. So we're down to 10 seconds as this Section 7 Class B championship winds down, and the Lady Cougars, your 2017 Section 7 Class B champions. It's been a lot of years, Calvin. I don't remember how many, but they've finally done it. And whoever would have thought, as a number 4 seed, having to go through Beatmantown in the semifinals, the 3-time defending champion, that the Cougars would ever get to this point. And the celebration is on for the Cougars. And the celebration will be short-lived as they got to get back in action, preparing for their regional game against Section 10. They'll be traveling out to Potsdam on Wednesday for the regional championship. So I want to congratulate the Plattsburgh High Hornets, the number 3 seed here tonight. Great job by them, just from the start of the season to now, the improvements that they've made. Good job by Coach Tim Mulligan and assistant coach Brian Michaels. We wish their seniors the best, as this is their final soccer game. And to the Cougars, once again, congratulations on the 2017 Girls Section 7 Class B Championship. On behalf of Chris Gagno, Calvin Castine, this is Hometown Cable. We thank you for joining us, and as always, your donations are greatly appreciated. And Calvin, are we going to hang out for the trophy presentation?
Might as well, since we're here anyway.
All right. I assume you're staying for the next one. Can't do one Cougar game and not the other.
Who's playing next?
The boys, also number 4 seed. And we have the Saranac Chiefs joining us, the boys team in front of us, getting ready for the next game. And the Cougars trotting across the field, Mr. McCullough carrying the sectional trophy across the field as the Cougars will go accept this in front of their fans.
Tim Mulligan is the girls' chairperson, Rob McAuliffe is the boys' chairperson, but you can understand why Tim Mulligan probably wasn't ready to make this presentation. So I'm sure Rob would have done it either way if Plattsburgh had won or if they lost.
And I do have to say, I got to give this team a lot of credit, Calvin. Over the past couple of years, I saw my older daughter play, and you had Katie Matat. They're two of the leading scorers in the league. They always had a go-to player. And one thing about this team, Calvin, is they've had some injuries and some low points during the season, but this is a very even team. Anybody can step up and play. The scoring's been distributed pretty evenly amongst everyone on the team, and there they go as they celebrate their sectional trophy, first one in a long time for the Cougars. And towards the end of the season they were struggling, and these girls got it together, and here they are holding that trophy up. So congratulations to them, a very special team here.
Yeah, and I go back to what I mentioned to you off camera before the game. If they had beaten Plattsburgh in the game that decided who was going to be 3 and who was going to be 4, they would have been 3. They would have played Saranac. Who knows if they would have beaten Saranac, and Plattsburgh would have been number 4, and they either would have beaten Peru or not, and they would have played Beekmantown, and it could have been a Saranac Beekmantown playoff just as easily. And I think look back at that loss and say, well, it helped get things in order for what happened here for the Cougars.
Yeah. And they had to be doing things right. Towards the end of the season, they picked things up because, to beat a team like Beekmantown, you have to be doing something right, So.
Yeah, well, definitely got to give credit to Tim Supernaw, and they just.
All I have to say on camera, when he said he was going to go with 5 defenders against Beekmantown, I said, I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think it's going to work, and, I guess that's why he's the coach. He made the right call, and I guess you got to live and die by your decisions, and. I think he's living pretty good right now by that decision. So congratulations to Coach Supernaw and all of his staff, and congratulations to the Lady Cougars as they will move on in the state playoffs this Wednesday. And we will wrap this up on this October 27th, 2017. And once again, thanks for joining us. And as always, your contributions are greatly appreciated.